I think we're there right now. A very good afternoon to all of you. My name is Peggy from Dutcham, the Dutch Chamber of Commerce here in Brazil. And I'm very happy that I can host you today again for another interesting lunch talk, this time with a company who is bringing color and vibration to the lives of many people every day. AkzoNobel. I'm very happy that I can have this discussion with a very inspiring person, and I'm happy to welcome Geiger Campos. Daniel, I see that you're already with us today.
Thank you, Peggy, for the introduction. Especially thank you for the invitation and the chance to have lunch with you and everybody watching us. Some facts I can give you. I'm a carioca from Rio de Janeiro. I'm the single child of two doctors. But I have a house sister on the side of my father. I'm married to Carmen. I met her at school when we were 8, but we actually didn't see each other for 15 years, and we met when we got married when we were almost 30. I'm the proud father of Helena and Camila, who are 15 and 11 years old, the light of my life. I'm an aeronautical engineer that became a marketeer and kept growing from internship until a general management career in P&G more than 25 years ago. And I'm grateful also for having had an international experience. I lived 10 years of my professional life in the United States, in Mexico and Peru. But I was also very happy to come back to Brazil in 2013 to live in P&G, to work for Natura, and now in AkzoNobel since 2015. Mm-hmm. I have to say that I felt strangely comfortable since the beginning in AkzoNobel. And I very much still feel at home. And I think there's a few reasons for that. I think, one, I was always more closer to European values than Americans. And I find Europeans to be, first of all, much more driven by sustainability. So I think this is something that took me to Natura and then to AkzoNobel. I think this open mind, this transparency towards the discussions. I think they're more keen to engage in direct conversations, not the spinning that many times you see in American companies, or just the not saying things that you have in Latins. I think people are more direct. I think people see consensus where possible, but they also can appreciate the differences and the local variations when it's needed. So South America in general is an important part of the company. We are about 8 to 9% of global sales, depending on the exchange rates. Brazil is the most important market. It's about 2/3 of the region of South America. We have about 1,800 people here in 6 sites. We produce locally, but we also export. We are very colorful people, but our homes are incredibly boring. You would be amazed. 2/3 of the walls of Brazilian are either whites or off-white, beige, sand. But no matter what is the reason, I mean, we are on a mission to change that because we want to bring color to the lives. First of all, we do it because it's the right thing to do. It's part of our core principles, together with integrity and with safety. But we also do it because we believe that we can do well by doing good. By bringing this to our customers, we see more and more people want to buy more sustainable products. What we're looking for is to be the sustainability leader. When we talked about people, it's how we treat our people, how we treat our suppliers. It's about diversity. Of course, we are affected like everyone else. It's a health crisis that's becoming, of course, an economic crisis. But I have to say that so far we've been successfully being able to operate safely. In our case, exchange rate affects us because a lot of our raw materials, most of them are dollarized. So I think one of the first difficult things we had to do was to price. Although we didn't price to the full extent of the impact, we had to do some pricing because it was just massive, the effect. I'm reading a lot, but frankly, I'm working with scenarios. Okay, so I think we have scenarios on consumer behavior, how we think it will change, how sectors will change, and then we're building the plans for different scenarios and looking at certain milestones to educate the action, right? I think one of the things that will stay with us, I mentioned home office, but the other one I think is the over communication with employees. I think in the end of the day, what I think it's important is, Brazilians have lived through a number of crises. We were very adaptable. And as Darwin says, it's the adaptable species that survives for the long run. Yeah. Now, I have to say that as a Brazilian, what I ask people, or tell people outside is, please don't judge us for what you see in the news. Mm-hmm. And for certain actors, we are very different than that. And I think I'm very sad as a Brazilian that in a tragedy, now not even a tragedy like that can unite, because this is a time that we should be much more united, and we're more polarized than ever. People are using the facts of the disease to make their points. And we should be more empathetic. We should be, frankly, much more now thinking about the compromise that we need to make on the actions for the greater good. I think very early I received a memo that said that every crisis has three things, all of them: a date to end, new learnings, and opportunities. So I think this one we cannot see today, but it has a date to end. It will end. And I think it's important that we do it in a way that we save as many lives as possible, but carve out some time to build to think about a new future, because otherwise it will never materialize. If we don't think about what's the new normal, we can't shape the new normal. And I hope the new normal is going to be better than what we had before.